What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm just gonna quickly apologize for skipping a day. It was my birthday yesterday, so I spent a bit of time with family, went out with the wife to a fancy restaurant, treated ourselves to maybe one too many cocktails. I was nursing a bit of a hangover, so yeah. New older me, fresh clean shave, taking a little break, and I'm ready to attack the meta again. And I've got a doozy lined up for you. So without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. Simply called Mardu Reanimator. I could have definitely come up with a better name. But the whole reason for building this deck is the Kroxa and Kunoros, one of these what are they calling them? Like fusion cards or whatever, where there's two like cool important characters joining forces. This one's pretty freaking ridiculous if you think about it, okay? Vigilance, Menace, Lifelink. Just that, like, I mean, even if it was just that, like for 6 mana, that's not terrible. Like 6 mana, 6/6, Vigilance, Menace, Lifelink, like, hell yeah. But it does not end there. I mean, most of these like fusion cards are just ridiculous. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may exile 5 cards from your graveyard. When you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. This happens when you... ridiculous card. So, but, you know, there's only a one-of, because you don't always have these 5 cards to exile from your graveyard. So it's not the type of thing that you want to be, like, bringing back on your first reanimation spell. It's something that usually I save for a little bit later in the game. Because then you've probably also got enough things to exile in your graveyard and one of our other great reanimation targets, of which there are many in the deck, so that, you know, you bring Kroxa back, Kroxa and Kunoros back, and something else within the same reanimation spell. Freaking bursted! So, how are we going to be enabling all of this? And what is the reanimation spell of choice? Well, we're going to be using one of the new ones, the Invasion of Tolvada. It's 5 mana, 3 colorless, and an Orzhov, white and a black, for a 5 defense counter battle siege. When it enters the battlefield, return target non-battle permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then you can attack it down, and creature tokens you control get +1/+0 and have lifelink. And at the beginning of each of your end steps, you create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying, which of course will then get +1/+0 and flying and lifelink. So you get a 2/1 flying lifelinker beginning of every end step, which is pretty damn nice. I mean, there's not too much other token synergies. Like, yes, we may have still got a little goblin shaman lying about. There may be a little pilot dude, and you know, we've also got old Titan boy over here that produces Rhino warriors. So there is the odd game where the, you know, anthem effect for creature tokens makes sense, but regardless, it's still a nice reanimation spell that I wanted to just test out compared to playing something like Invoke Justice, which is a much harder mana requirement with the 4 white pips. This way we can easily play a Mardu deck, which gives us access to a little bit more removal and different sort of cards, while still being able to play like a reliable turn 5 reanimation spell off of the treasures from things like Fable of the Mirror Breakers, Little Goblin Boy, and of course Big Score. Other cool new additions are a couple copies of Ayara, the Widow of the Realm. Oh my goodness, have I had some fun with this one. So first of all, you can just tap it, sacrifice another creature or artifact, and it deals X damage to target opponent or battle, and you gain X life, where X is the sacrificed permanent mana value. So I mean, I've done some bursted stuff where you sacrifice an Etali. You know, all of these top ends here cost 7, except for the Kroxa at 6. Like Titan, Atraxa, these all cost 7. So you can just like sacrifice one of them, dome the opponent for 7. Like often I like attack first with Atraxa and then fling it at their face with Ayara, and you gain 7 life. Pretty nice, but it does not end there. You can pay 6 mana or 5 and 2 life, transform Ayara, and she becomes the Furnace Queen. 4/4. It says the beginning of combat on your turn, you return target artifact or creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste, exile it at the beginning of your next end step. So that's a little bit sucky because, you know, you lose the thing and it can't be then again reanimated later. But it's that kind of like win more. All I need is that like one more hit, one more sweet reanimation. You just like bring back a Titan of Industry with haste and swing in and get all the benefits of the ETB triggers and that. It's cool. I've had it come up in testing a couple of times. Like both sides of the card really work nicely with the game plan here. Like being able to fling a 7/7 at the opponent's face, or you know, a 7 mana value thing, or just use it to reanimate said thing. I mean, you don't have to tap Ayara to do so. So you can tap, sacrifice another. You do have to tap it for the first bit. I mean the second part. So you tap, sacrifice the creature, boom. Then you flip it. Then you go to combat. At the beginning of combat, you bring it back, and the thing you just flung, you bring back. I mean, anyway, I've done enough raving about Ayara. I think I can't wait to try her in like other types of decks. Maybe some artifact sack kind of stuff. But more of that in a future video. So stay tuned. As far as the rest of the deck, it's mostly just removal, stuff to keep the opponent in check. We've got 3 Fateful Absence, 3 Go for the Throat, 2 Abrades, 4 Depopulates. That kind of keeps everything under control against mono red. All these little aggro decks, soldiers and whatnot. We've got plenty of targeted removal as well as a nice early game sweeper. So I've been finding having no trouble at all. The win rates speak for themselves. I'll show you at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Again, we're running some Bankbusters and the Portal, just because I wanted to have like as many different card types to hit off the Atraxa when she enters the battlefield. You can look for artifact, battles, creatures, enchantments, instant lands, you know, one of each card type. So, you know, if you have one of each, great, and we do, so pretty nice. What else? It's really it. Etali, we've already seen this in my Golgari Dinosaurs deck. The card's absolutely freaking busted. It just keeps coming back with if you have a Portal. I mean, I've been having so much fun with this deck, guys. Reanimator is it's a real thing. Like right now, there's so many good 5-mana reanimation spells, so many good discard things that like also further your game plan. That's why, like, I mean, personally, my experience of the ladder has just been like Atraxa, Reanimator in some way, shape, or form, or Etali, like for quite a while now. Be it Jund, be it you know, Boros, Naya. I wanted to try this Mardu version because of Kroxa and because of the I like Mardu color. And the mana base honestly isn't too terrible. We still get to run one of each of the legendary lands from Kamigawa, one of each basic, and there's like a 3 of everything split of all the duels. I didn't go too crazy and like think too deeply about it. Like the splits were so even, 39, 33, and 36. Like we've almost got the same amount of color pips of everything. So so far it really has not been a problem at all, especially once you include all of the treasure creation that we have via the Fable's little goblin and big score. So that's the deck. Mardu Reanimator. Let's jump into some games and see how the deck performs on the Mythic ladder. Then, for those of you with sharp eyes, you would have noticed all of this incubate stuff. Those of you who've been following me on Twitter will know that I've been advertising this Abzan deck for a while. I just need to put some finishing touches. It's not performing quite as well as I'd like for the channel, so I'm just putting in a little bit more work, and we'll look at we'll probably do an episode of brewing with incubate. As you can see here, I've got like every kind of incubate: Bant Cubate, Shark Cubate, Abzan Cubate, Sultan Cubate. We'll get to them. I may do like a longer format brewing with episode with all the different incubate color combinations. But for now, it's Mardu time. Let's go. It's nice also to play Mardu in a slightly different way. The last like long time, the only Mardu deck that's been worth mentioning has been Angels, with the it's a Battle Wrath, something, the one that ETBs and does 2 damage if you kick it for 6, and Fable and all the usual jazz. It's not great, but I will keep it. Lalendra Silva. Oh god, here comes Grixis, everybody. Okay, I'm not gonna... I mean, I don't have a Fable to cast into the Make Disappear, but that's clearly what was about to happen. Now, it's his Fable. And we can go for the Throat, the little Goblin, and then line up for a big score next turn. Hopefully we top deck one of our reanimation targets. Okay, I really wasn't expecting that in a Grixis deck, but I can see why you'd want to play it. Okay, now we can discard the Battlefield Forge. We've got enough red sources. To the big score. Tapped land is nice. Opponent's gaining a lot of life though. And he could still have a counter spell, so I'm hoping he like plays something out here. Fable is nice. Gets cut down. No worries, mate. No worries. I don't need the mana anyway. I'm really not too worried at all about that, honestly. I'm just starting to think that this may be like that sort of Grixis combo deck with the Hidetsugu and Kairi. OTK. You've probably seen it all over the place. There you are. Bye-bye. I think we chuck these. Wow, still haven't found a single one of our targets. Let's go for another Fable. And we can still cast Big Score end of turn. So that if we top deck one of our reanimation targets, then we can you know, discard it to the chapter 2 of our second Fable. Aha! Hey, thanks, man. I love discarding cards. It's kind of what I was hoping to do, honestly. Perfect. Now we just need one of our battles. Okay. There you are. Da da dee da 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 da. Hello, Etali. Welcome back. Ow! Oh, nice. We get one of your battles, mate. What do we discard there? I prefer to keep that big score, honestly. But we get to draw another card now. Woohoo! Kroxa in the house. Let's hold up Fateful Absence in case he plays another Sheoldred. I really have no idea what the opponent's going for here, though. Like, this is not typical Grixis, which is cool. Like, hopefully he doesn't just cut down our Etali. But we can also flip Ayara. These are both legendaries, so they can't be copied with the reflection, but don't forget, we do have Titans of Industries in the deck, so we can also do that. Opponent's got potentially 4 mana if you include Memory of Toshiro being able to tap to add 1 black for instant and sorceries. He may also just use his blood token. Okay. Should we go for the opponent or the battle? I think we're going for the battle. And then I'm not going to flip the Ayara. I'm going to play Kroxa and Kunoros. Anyway, he's probably just going to kill Ayara now. No? Or we can just use the Lazotep convert. But I'm thinking of grabbing his Shieldred instead. Let's see if they scoop it up. We've still got enough mana to pay for a Make Disappear with Casualty, which is why I felt safe casting this into potential... Oh, come on. Let's go. Oh, come on, Lalendra. Let's bring back an Etali and then hit an Atraxa and watch the opponent scoop it up. Yes, dude. I know. You're thinking deeply about things, but maybe you can speed things up just a tiny bit. One black mana left. Didn't you see the treasures? I'm not sure why you did that. I guess you wanted to waste my resources. The only thing you could have now is a cut down or something. Exile 5 cards. So now we're choosing the things to exile. So we exile all the lands that we don't need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we pick the Etali. And hopefully we hit an Atraxa or a... something even better. Oh, the opponent has an Etali. Baby, that's what I'm talking about. We keep his one. Oh, that was dumb. Decline. And we take a swing at the old invasion there. Quite the turn, wouldn't you say? Five mana available. Right, Cruelty of Gix. Invoke Despair. Owner, Lilandra. Controller, Mwah. Yeah, you don't always want to play a Lazotep, Invasion of Amonkhet into, You can just keep bringing that back with the Ayara. Whew. 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 The turn that we are lining up now, if the opponent would just scoop it. Fine. Let's go. Draw a card. Hello, Titan boy. Unfortunately, no treasures to mention. Now we go for the end of turn. How do you like them apples? Good game. That's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1, off to a great start. Hopefully we can continue on this trend for the rest of the video. Little bit longer one though. Which is fine. We really got to showcase almost everything. I mean, we didn't slam an Atraxa. Titan of Industry never entered the battlefield, but we got to do the Kroxa thing. We got to do the Ayara thing. I love the fact that we were able to kill that battle with the Ayara. Overall, very happy. Sure. A lot of pain lands, but good removal. Fable. What's there to hate? Hello, Butcher. This could be my, well, mine. The Golgari. Golgari Incubate. With the, Glisser. Oh my goodness, I had so much fun playing that deck. If you haven't seen that video yet, go check it out. It's 2 videos back on the channel. Mwah! Chef's kiss. Glistening Dawn into 5-mana Glisser is just... Yeah, I knew it. I had a feeling. Maybe one of the depops. There's Kroxa. Yeah, it's definitely Golgari Incubate. Let's see if he's got the Glistening Dawn now. Maybe it's one of my followers. Oh, it goes for the Celestis, of all things. Well, we do have some Abrades. Life is good, ladies and gentlemen. Life is really good. Now we can discard. Wow, he's gonna do it. I don't want it to go to nighttime, so let's just do this now. And we get a land to play. Still digging for our reanimation spell. We don't quite have the 5 things in the graveyard to exile to a Kunoros. Okay, now we do, or don't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Let's do it. Not a huge fan of what I just did there, but I just didn't want him to necessarily flip the dang thing. Woo! Minus 13, minus 13. Nice, man. Well, I wouldn't have survived anyway. We've just been systematically just killing everything he plays. Fable's nice. We hang on to this caves. That sucks. We lose another 4. We find the go for the throat, which is better than nothing, I guess. So that's Shelly number 2. No, Shelly number 1. Sure. Take another. Nice turn. He's gonna bring back something, probably his own Shelly. Which means we have to get rid of the Titan. Oh no, we don't. It's only a 3/4 because of this. Big score's nice. I wish I just had something to discard, but okay, it doesn't die, but we still get through for 3 to the battle. He's still got the mana to flip the damn thing. That's a problem. We don't have any enchantment removal. I think we're pretty screwed. Oh, he doesn't have 8 cards in the yard. Whew. Okay, that's great. Lol. Okay, let's go. Etali, baby. I think I'm gonna sweep the board here, actually. In fact, I'm fairly certain I'm gonna sweep the board now. Go Etali next turn. At least he can't bring back that bloody 5-mana shield red, which is pretty freaking scary. Oh, we get an invasion off the top. Rampy. Let's go Kroxa. Bring back Titan. Okay. Not a bad turn. Okay, that sucks. What can we do to get rid of this dude? Does he have a fight spell? Man, that would be funny. Wow, he does have it. Okay. Oh. That should do the game. Nothing has first strike here, so... Good game, mate. And we flipped the Etali, ladies and gentlemen. And we flipped the freaking Etali. I think, honestly, like, we've arrived at the 35-minute mark. So I don't want to, like, risk another super long game. And we've done everything except play an Atraxa, which everybody's seen happen way too many times already by this point anyway. So I'm happy with that. Performance, let's call it a night. Jumping back into the deck with my final thoughts and overall review. Whoo, baby, what a doozy. Like, so many cool things going on, so much like sweet removal. Mardu just gets to play all the best stuff in my opinion. The mana base, as you saw, felt fantastic. All the treasures allowing us to even hard cast Titans in a pinch. Hard casting Etali there, like, just we got around some pretty hefty opponents there with all kind of broken new cards, and we were still able to squeak a win out. So honestly, could not be happier. And I highly recommend that if this is the type of thing that you're into, you take the Mardu version for a spin over, let's say, Boros or Jund with Cruelty of Gix. Like, the Invasion of Tolvada is a nice one because of that, just, you know, upside. The other cards, I mean, sure, Invoke Justice puts 4 counters on things. That's pretty nice. The other one, it's called like Repair and Reconstruct or something, gives you a Power Stone token. But like, ultimately, they just do their thing and then they're done. Invasion, like, leaves something on the battlefield, you know, that you can then attack into and create some life gain for yourself. And you saw how it won us game 1, and we were able to end the game on upwards of 30 life in a deck that essentially has no other life gain other than the Titan's ETB trigger. So I think a really, really good reanimation spell that should be on your radar. And that is all I have to say with regards to this deck, other than, you know, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the gameplay footage. I will be seeing you all the day after tomorrow with another fresh brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab signing out. Peace, y'all.